Today's a new flea market episode, and right now you're about to see what vintage watch hunting really looks like. No fancy stores, no guarantees, no authentication. Sometimes not even certainty the watch is real, just the Odessa flea market. Boxes full of junk, dust, chaos, and a chance to find something incredible before everyone else does. And honestly, some of today's finds actually surprised me. But before we start, don't forget about the giveaway. The most active subscriber is getting one watch from my personal collection. Comment on the videos, leave likes, send the videos to your friends, tell them to like your comments too, and on June 8th, we're picking the winner. Everybody has a chance. All right, let's go. The weather today is perfect, sunny, crowded market, and that usually means one of two things. Either today's gonna be amazing, or I'm about to waste $200 on complete junk. By the way, write in the comments right now, do you think I can turn today's budget into 10 times profit? Because that's exactly what's going through my head while walking through these rows. And the very first find, Delbana. Swiss, 1960s. And somehow, it's just sitting there in a pile of junk. That's why I love flea markets. Sometimes watches worth serious money are mixed in with absolute trash. Price? $3. 3. The seconds hand moves, but I'll have to test the movement at home. Still, crazy good deal. Let's keep going. One thing I really love about flea markets is the atmosphere. People sell old cassette decks, vinyl players, old radios. And while you're digging through watch boxes, there's random 80s music playing somewhere nearby. And right in that moment, I find this. Raketa. Just look at that blue dial. The condition is insane. Looks like it sat untouched in someone's collection for years. $10. What do you think? Because honestly, I think this was a steal. And then, something I've never found before. A vintage Swiss alarm clock. 1960s. Beautiful condition, and I've literally never owned one before. $8. That's the thing about flea markets. You never know what's hiding in the next box. Next up, 3 Pobeda watches. For restoration, for parts, $2 each. And I know some people are probably thinking, why buy this junk? But experience teaches you something. Sometimes the roughest watches become the coolest projects. Let's move on. Then I spot these Komandierski watches. Submarine dial. Really clean condition. $5. After restoration, these could easily be worth around $80. And moments like this remind you, flea markets aren't just luck, it's experience too. Because most people would walk right past these. Then I find something that honestly shocked me. Orient 10 bar. Perfect condition. Like, almost too perfect. At first I thought it was fake. No way a watch this clean is sitting here for this price. But nope. Original. $20. Next, Kolber. Swiss. Broken crystal. Rough case. But the price? $2. And honestly, these are my favorite kinds of watches. Because now it becomes a challenge. Can I actually restore this thing or not? By the way, tell me in the comments, do you want longer restoration videos too? Because some of these projects take weeks. Now comes the hardest part of flea markets, resellers. If you come late, all the good stuff is already gone. These guys run through the market early in the morning buying everything interesting before anyone else sees it. But today, we got lucky. Next find, Vostok Amphibia. Really clean condition. Looks polished already. The seller said the movement was serviced. But later at home, I realized the seconds hand was stuck against the minute hand. And that's exactly the kind of problem you miss at flea markets. Too much noise, too many people, too much pressure. Still, for $15, I think it was worth the risk. Next up, Puma. Cheap watch. Just grabbed it to experiment with. $2. Then, inside another junk pile, I find a pole yacht automatic. $2. Moments like this are why flea markets become addictive, because literally any random box could hide something amazing. Then I spot some Casios, but I leave them. $25 is just too much. Although, honestly, if any of you want models like this, tell me in the comments. Maybe I'll start buying watches specifically for subscribers. Next find, a gold-plated Poliot. Missing the crown stem, but still. $5 for a gold-plated Soviet watch is a good deal. Then I notice a really weird Pobeda. Someone swapped the Soviet movement into an old Swiss case. Super interesting, but honestly, way too much work. So I passed on it. But I did grab another Raketa. Great case. Just needs cleaning and a dial swap. $5. And then, a very interesting piece. A Raketa with the Wind Rose dial. Rare dial. Yeah, the watch looks rough, but the dial is what matters here. And if the dial cleans up nicely, this could be a huge find. $25. Then another Orient. Again, almost perfect condition. Curved crystal, Arabic and English day-date wheel. These were made for the Middle Eastern market, and little details like that are exactly what collectors love. $30. And honestly, I still don't understand how watches like this end up at flea markets. Then I go back to digging through random junk boxes. And find another Vostok Amphibia. Wrong crown stem, but for $5? Amazing donor watch or restoration project. I kept digging through that box for a while, but found nothing else interesting. Luckily, the next seller had a women's Orient for $5. Then a Molnia for $8. Then a Raketa multi-calendar for $2. Not working, but perfect for parts. And then another interesting moment happens. I notice a really cool watch sitting under glass. Turns out it's a marriage watch. But then the seller reaches into his pocket and pulls out this Swiss military watch. And honestly, that one surprised me. Really clean condition, beautiful lume. $25. Tell me what you think about that one. And to finish the day, Another Raketa for $2. And a Molnia for $7. So that's the haul. Total spent today, $192. Now the real question is, can I turn this into $2,000? What do you think? Tell me your favorite find in the comments. And don't forget about the giveaway. Good luck, everybody, and I'll see you in the next episode.